Hey family, Tech Man, how's your spirit? Talk to me, tell me something good. How's everybody today? It's nice Saturday. My voice still not back yet, but I'm getting better. I'm getting better. Told you about 3 days I'll be good. Let me start off with you guys so you'll understand what it is when you see this. This is called TACC. Through adversity comes change. This is my book. It's on Amazon. Check it out. It's not only a book, it's a platform, it's a program, well, podcast program, and very insightful. You know, uh, it's something that's going to make you reflect, guaranteed. If you're a person of thought, of consciousness, of a person who just doesn't take things as for surface and really analyze life, and understand what life is and what it pertains and how we react to life is how things happen in our lives. And a lot of times we don't understand uh, the things that happen in our life because sometimes it's because we're not insightful, sometimes it's for other reasons. But the thing that's most important is being able to look at the problems in your life and accept them, knowing that maybe it's something that you done to brought you to this place in your life, or it's just God trying to show you something. But the beautiful thing about it, right? When you come of the realization of what you're going through and you want to heal, like I said, this program is the best thing. I think, coming from where I came from and thinking I would never do anything other than crime, to whereas now I don't even think about crime. Crime is like the last resort, and like I said, I live a pretty good life, because I don't have habits like I used to. Um, I'm not into the lifestyle that I used to be into. So it's when you get older, you start to realize about life, and you understand that the things that you do when you're young is kind of frivolous compared to what's up, Ori?
What up, Doug?
Okay,
What's happening?
I got my boy Ori on. The topic tonight is wisdom, the present, you know, and we did yesterday we did knowledge, which was the beginning of healing. Before that, we went through the wall of adversity and breaking through the wall of adversity to change, to the
Mm.
road of change. Now, wisdom is the second. It's three articles:
Mm.
past, present, future, knowledge, wisdom, understanding. And you must go through your what's, when's, where's, why's, how, and sometimes who while you going through these exercises. Knowledge is going to be the most difficult because it's bringing up your past, things that you've tried to forget, things only you and God know. Your fears, your shortcomings, your insecurities, your pride, your ego, all of that. It helps you break it down so you have an understanding of the things that you learned as a kid. Like I say, the past is only a measuring stick for today, because today you make boundaries, and the people who respect your boundaries are the people you keep in your life, whereas the people who don't respect your boundaries, you let them go. Whereas before, the people that didn't respect your boundaries, you keep them, and then the people who respect your boundaries, you just ran over them. So you learn about life, and like, I'm glad you came on, because let them know about your past and how you come up into where you are now, like with your radio station and everything that you've been through in your life and where you are now, and let them know where they can reach you at your platforms and everything.
All right. I'm Ghetto Man After Dark, CEO of Right and Ready Records and Right and Ready Radio. Um, they talk humble beginnings, but that's just a nice way to say I was poor. You know how that go?
But we wasn't no, but though, we may have been poor. Well, not so me because my mother had money, but I lived in the same building and area, the same block as y'all. And we never wanted for nothing because everybody could go to each other's house if we was hungry or whatever.
And that was the wild part.
Yeah,
People ask me all the time, like, if you could have did it differently, or if you could have had a different upbringing, would you have done that? The answer was always no,
yeah,
right? Because the things that I experienced prepared me for life now, right? All the stuff, the good, the bad, even the indifferent. It
that's
it
right.
it prepared me for what I had to encounter.
And who you are
Traveling.
today.
Right. And certainly all the way up until where I'm at today, because now I stand on business 10 toes down because of the fact of where I came from, and I'm tried and true. So wherever I used to doubt myself, I don't doubt myself anymore. I don't listen to what the noise, the white noise. I don't listen to what people say. Because the truth is, I started to learn that a lot of people ain't smart. They just
Yeah,
talking.
common sense ain't common either.
It ain't common at all. At all. And it's in those things that you could let somebody have their conversation or talk about what their life is or what they doing and all of that. And just sit back and watch.
Hmm.
Take mental notes, you know? This is the way I was as a kid too, by the way.
Yeah,
Took mental notes. You don't have to be the one out front saying or disputing. You could let some of that go. And I'm quick to tell somebody they capping and watch the look on their face. Like,
yeah,
like, come
yeah,
on, man, you capping. That's impossible. And it'd be the simplest things. They forgetting the story.
yeah.
But the story sounds great. So with that, I learned to turn all of those negatives into positives and motivation. So as I moved through New York, Georgia, Florida, Kentucky, DC, living in all these places, you meet different people, different sets of people. But
Yeah.
me, I like routine. So what happens is I always found my level in every place I went. People that was cool. It wasn't the in crowd, wasn't the out crowd. It was always people that was just cool. And then I noticed that there was the same type of people in New York and Georgia and Florida and Kentucky. Some of them had a draw, some of them didn't. But the type of individual, the principal individual, there was a lot of characteristics as a guy I knew in New York, or a guy I knew in Kentucky, or a
Yeah.
guy I knew down south. And it's so funny, like you be like, damn, so there's one everywhere. And that's only this circle. So wherever that whenever I came across that mentality, it helped me now prepare for all the people that I meet because you'd be like, yeah, I knew somebody like that before. Oh, I knew somebody like that before. So a lot of characteristics. Now you got a bunch of characteristics in your mind. So when you see certain things, some people can have
Uh-huh.
multiple from different people. One person can have multiple from different people. You
Hmm.
understand? But the outcomes are usually the same as it was with the other person. So you
I
just watch it.
I think they say this. I think it's seven different types of people, and like where I was at, you know, around men for 20 something years, you learn all seven types of people. So, like you
Mhm.
said, everywhere you went, you met the same person that you met somewhere else because the personalities are the same. He's
Right.
one of these type of people that,
Characteristics,
yeah,
right?
exactly. And this is what going through life and understanding your path and embracing your journey and understanding that if you embrace your journey and understand the things that you're going through, you're going to see the wisdom of life. Like you said, everywhere you go, you meet the same kind of people, and it doesn't change. It's just how you react with them.
Mm-hmm.
And when you have a positive outlook on life, man, things are beautiful. But finish. Go ahead, finish.
So I tell people all the time, if I stopped and started being negative in my view of life, then I'd have cried and bailed out of life a long time ago. But the fact that I keep fighting, I'm going to keep getting more. And those are the challenges in which I challenge myself, in which God challenges me to be the best possible person I could be. So when it comes to adversity, it's something that, let me just show you. Moving from New York to down south, I'm moving into my auntie house, and my cousin is about a year younger than me. So we getting into the same things, right? But I'm doing it for real, and he doing it for play. You get what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I got you.
So his mama's heavy in church. He doing the smile in her face and grimy behind the back type shit, like doing stuff, right?
Yeah.
Now, now she done got on the phone and told all her sisters, outside of my mother, that I was a bad influence on him because I'm coming from New York. Meanwhile, he was the one coming up with all the ideas.
Yeah, yeah,
I was just putting them in play.
yeah. He was
And
playing as you was being real.
exactly. Because where I came from, that doesn't work.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right?
Playing that it don't work at all.
So I was the bad influence. But she didn't know what she had on her hands, or she didn't want to be real about who he was and what his character was.
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
it was too late by the time she realized she was always getting played by her son.
yeah.
You know what I
No,
mean?
but a lot of times they know, but they just don't want to believe it because this is my baby. He would
Not
never.
my child, right?
Yeah, yeah. And
Yeah,
they look at it.
you cover him like that, God will take him away.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? You hold
Yep.
on to him too tight, keep delivering him. So I felt the adversity when I used to get whippings, and he used to go in and talk to his mother. He used to come out squeaky clean. Not only did he come up with the idea, but he was actually a part of the actions with me. Yeah, he
Yeah,
could talk. He could talk to his mother, and
yeah,
he'll come out like, "Oh, don't worry, it's gonna be all right."
yeah.
You know how I felt the dragon,
Yeah, but that was she is being biased because you wasn't hers.
right?
She is just doing it. What I mean? Because I guess your mom's wasn't there, or whatever.
Nah, my mom. That's the thing. This is old school, so aunties got a right to your ass,
Yeah,
just like
yeah,
uncles
yeah,
got a right to your ass.
yeah,
And if the sister's older than you or the brother's older than you, you're not even gonna challenge them.
yeah. No, not at all. Yeah, because me and Al had to go to Miami for a year, go to school. So my aunt, my father's sister. So yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, I get it.
So they did, and I got family on one side from South Georgia, and my other family is from South Carolina on my father's side, and they kind of ran and from Charleston. They kind of
Yeah,
ran things the same way.
yeah. Quite they right there next door to each other.
Yeah, and they kind of ran it the same way. So if Auntie grabbed your ass, Daddy ain't gonna say nothing.
Oh no, Daddy gonna get you too.
Yeah, there you go. There you
Yeah, Daddy
go.
gonna get you too, and Mama.
Yeah, and it goes around the board like that. So
Hmm.
your job was to stay out of trouble, even though we all got into it.
Yeah,
We did get into a little trouble here and there. It is what it is.
that's
But
part of life.
but feeling the adversity that I felt, I was able to navigate my niece when I was 20, I think about 20 years old, when she came to stay with us at 4. And my little sister was like 8. And they were
Hmm.
having it was that type of adversity that my niece went through to the point she was going to give up because she felt like, well, how come I can go to school and be good with my teachers and she can go to school and curse her teachers out?
Hmm.
Then what's the use? If she's not gonna get in trouble, why don't I just talk like her? And I explained to my niece, in due time, she'll see the repercussions of all the stuff that she's done and how she's handled people.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? My niece went on to college, got married, had kids. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it was a building thing for her. But she had to feel that adversity because she felt like
Yeah,
I'm
because
doing
it's
good and she's
yeah.
doing bad, but
Mm-hmm.
she's not getting in trouble. And the smallest thing I do, I get in trouble. So why don't I just be like her and everything would be great? That's
Yeah,
not true.
because she didn't know that it's through adversity comes change. You got to go through the adversity and see the ones who don't go through the adversities later on in life, their life is destroyed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because they haven't learned the lesson. See, I was just talking to somebody about this today. Like, I'm so happy that God put me through the things He put me through as a kid. And like you said earlier, you would never change anything about your life. I'm the same way. Even though I did 28 years in federal prison, got shot 9 times, I still wind up writing a book. Now I have a podcast. Plus, I got other things that I'm doing, and utilizing the rest of my life to help people to heal, and see, it's only through our adversity that we're gonna make change, and they don't understand that you have to go through adversities. The adversities are what shape and mold you to who you're gonna be, so God can give you the blessing He has for you. You know
Mm.
what I mean? And you have to be
Very
ready
true.
for it. And that's how He prepares you. He puts you through adversity. And as you work through them, you get more knowledge, wisdom of life. Like today is
Yeah.
wisdom. Once you go through the knowledge, then you get the wisdom, then you have the understanding, and until you go through those steps to heal, to get the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, you're going to be lost because there's so many people that have been lied to
Mm.
in the world, and it's just not us, it's everyone, you
Right.
know and we've been lied to by the 1% who run the world,
There you
because
go.
they have agenda. Like, while I was away, I studied them, and
Mm-hmm.
I understand that they have information campaigns. They have people that will come and get you and make it look like anything that they want to make it look like.
Yeah.
So these people are very dangerous, and they devil worshippers, but
Mhm.
when you have God in your life and you live life the right way with God, everything is going to be beautiful in life. He's not going to let anything happen to you that He doesn't want to happen to you.
Right.
And everything He puts you through, He going to get you through, because everything he makes, He takes care of.
And
You
see,
know.
that was something I noticed when it came to like the understanding that I need to get. Like when I
Mhm.
realized that there was some kind of understanding. So, rocking this, being in the security field, right? Um,
Uh,
Once I decided to come off the porch, which entry level stuff was good, but I felt like I had more to offer than just entry level.
yeah.
Could I manage people? Could I supervise? Could I do this, that, and the third? And because I had so much basic education, we're not even gonna say extensive, but with the street knowledge and the basic education, that came together in such a way where um, I was really good at what I did, right?
Yeah.
But the messed up part came where I had to learn how to professionally fight,
No,
right?
but but the streets prepare you. You just have wasn't paying attention, because even in like I tell people, in the streets and in corporate, it's the same thing. When you have structure, structure is structure, no matter what. It's
Right.
structure, and like, me from when you was a kid, and I was really, that nigga in the street, not
And
to put
brushing, brushing your waves.
yeah, yeah, and I was getting a lot of money, but we're not glorifying that. But
Right.
you really know me. I mean,
Right.
we grew up together. You grew up under me, years
Yeah.
younger than me, but
But I
you
watched
know,
y'all.
yeah. So the whole thing is like, I always did the right thing, even when I was doing wrong. You
Right.
know, and it's not only an art, it's a science. To, even if you do wrong, you do it right. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Where no one else gets hurt. And
Right.
it's, and like I said,
Mitigate the
I'm
damage.
Yeah, I'm just so happy I'm not into that no more. I don't have to look over my shoulder. I ain't got
Right.
to worry about nothing. You know what I'm saying? Life is good for me. You know, and
And
like I said,
Rich, you say that because that was one of the biggest things in my world that I
yeah.
didn't want to do. There's two things. One was go to jail, and the other
Hmm.
one was having to look over my shoulder. That's why I never got into it.
Yeah.
Because because I was the only boy in my household, and with four sisters and a mother, everybody was like, "Oh, you the man of the house. You the man of the house. You got to protect these ladies." Da 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 da. If
Yeah.
something was to happen to me, then what was going to happen to them?
Exactly.
So that sense of pride of being a man, even when I maybe physically couldn't, because I was so little, like
Yeah. Yeah.
from my
Well,
mindset.
but you was bad as shit though. You was like a little ball of dynamite. Yeah, they say a big thing come in a little package. You a perfect
Yeah,
example.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
you was a
listened to
mother.
my,
You was
I,
something else when you was
I
a little
listened to
kid.
my brother-in-laws. I listened to my brother-in-laws talk about me. Jock from the sixth floor of my building. Carlos from 142nd. And when these dudes be talking, I'll be dying laughing. Cause
Hmm.
they be like, yo, you didn't care, you didn't care about nothing.
Hey,
How big they
hey,
was,
hey,
how
look, hey, look,
many
hey,
there
hey,
was.
look, hey, look, but look, tell them the story about me and you.
Oh, yeah, when I came up inside the pizza shop, I was in there and you came in with our boy and you talking to him, but I'm talking shit to you because you talking shit like shut up. And I'm like, nah, you can't tell me to shut up. And I'm going in. And I'm yay small, y'all yay big. Yo, you picked up a little pebble and threw it like, shut up, nigga. And I just took it. But when I came up, my head was bleeding. I went back down. I started crying. So our boy was like, yo, why you do that to that little kid? This nigga talk too much. Like, right?
Yeah, you was a
Right?
bad little. You used to
So,
curse niggas out,
so,
everything.
so when you call me up, hit me on the messenger, like, yo, this Oreo, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, man, y'all owe you an ass whipping. Yeah. Now I'm bigger. Now I'm grown, right?
Yeah.
They said, I'm 6'2", 325 pounds. Bring it. Yeah, this conversation never happened.
And look, and I'm a martial artist and boxer. So nigga better really be right. Look, I
You know,
went
you
against
gotta be right,
guns.
right. You
You
gotta
know what
be
I'm
right,
saying?
right. But
Yeah.
a lot of fun memories of the worst times, or at least it was supposed to be the
No,
worst
no, but
times
they
in
were.
my life.
Yeah, it was supposed to have been, but
Supposed to be.
they was beautiful because our block was a community. And see, like I tell people, it takes a village, and we had a
Yeah.
village. You
We
know,
had a village.
even though like up the block didn't really mess too much with down the block, but we all was one family. You know, and the beautiful thing about it,
Mm-hmm.
we had respect for our elders. When they came, we knew not to do certain things,
There
and
you go.
you know,
We help.
and it's
I used to help people moms upstairs.
yeah with their
If our
packages.
elevator never worked, take their bags, boom, they give you a little change. They would call for me. So
Yep.
me, I was really community, right? Cause I'll be upstairs watching TV or something. They'll come in the courtyard, start screaming my name to come down because the two little disrespectful kids that came through. And that was Black and Sammy. Their cousins. They used to come through the block. So they'll start messing with stuff, playing with people's cars and all that. And all the ladies would be sitting out front. Miss Cat, Ruthie, Miss Joanne, all of them be out front, right? They would call me downstairs and they'd be like, he cursed so and so. He did what? And I'll be fighting both of them, giving it to him. Blah, 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 blah. Run them up off the block. I said, when I turn around, I come back to the ladies. They all like, yeah, yeah, yeah. They start going right in their titties. They start going in they all of them winning their titties.
Give you a dollar.
Yeah, they going inside that little purse, that
Yeah.
little change purse. They all did it. That was the funny part.
Yeah.
Everybody like that. And everybody just and you know, that was an incentive to say you gotta protect them. They didn't call their sons or their grandsons. They called
No,
me.
because they know you was bad and you would like to fight. But you know what? This is the beautiful thing about you. Even though you didn't realize it, you were being of service. Like lift up your arm right now. Lift your arm up. No, the other one. Show the patch. No, the patch. Just show the patch.
Oh, the fact.
Yeah, you see, he's still protecting, still to the day.
Yeah,
And that's something that was instilled in him from a young kid. So it was through his adversities he changed into a better version of himself. From being the wild little
yeah,
dude, that,
exactly.
to a adult that thinks logically, he's in charge of security wherever he's at or whatever, and he has a record company, a record label, a radio station, all kinds of stuff, and he's and it takes time.
Yeah,
We have to network with each other. See, like I did two shows on his show. What that was Ghetto Man After Dog, right?
that was the bid.
Okay,
The
yeah, I
bid.
did.
You can find that on YouTube at Right and Ready Radio is the channel. That's right, the letter N. Ready Radio is the channel, and you can see the interview I did with Big Richie Rich Coma on there. And I got the second one coming soon. I'm just trying to drum up some more support for the first one because it's a good thing when you get it from the beginning, and then you can just tack on to whatever's
Yeah.
there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So there you have it. So this is how, these platforms get better. We have to network with each other, and then his people come, my people come, his people, and then their people come, and then so forth and so on. Before you know it, we have a network of people, and this is how we win. It's not about one person, it's about all of us collectively coming together. And this is why, like I say, it's so important for us to heal first, then learn the lies from the truth, and then we'll be able to come together and do the right thing, so that we can never be called second class nothing, and we have our own community.
Mm.
But now we have to do it quietly, because like I tell you, I studies people. If you're vocal, they'll get rid of you, and it's what it is. You know what I'm saying? And it can be done, but the first thing is healing. And I still haven't got one person who've come on the and embraced the program. I've been doing this almost 3 years now. But the whole thing is, I understand people, they only act when things become successful. Once it's a million people, half a million or something like that, people going to start
Yeah.
to come in and drove.
Let me show you. Let me show you something.
Mhm.
Look, the last thing you ever want to do is be trending. So my thing to me has always been real people do real things. Feel me?
Yes.
So you get the word of understanding that you normally couldn't put a handle on it. You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
I know this, but I know this is the area that's correct, but I couldn't put a handle on it. Then
Hmm.
you talk to somebody who's putting a handle on it, who's putting you in perspective. It putting things in perspective for you.
Yeah.
And now you see it like, yeah, yeah, I was doing the right thing. I just didn't
Yeah.
know, you
How
know.
to get there.
And you're talking about a very small link sometimes
Hmm.
between where you at to where you want to go, and you didn't
Yeah.
realize you was that close to the edge where you could pull yourself
Let,
up.
let, let me say this right quick. Just remember what you was finna say after this. And this
Hmm.
is why in business, right? You have the person that lands the job, then
Hmm.
you have the person who closes the job, then you have the person who finishes the job. So you have to be able to delegate that to the different people who can do these different positions. And this will comes with going through adversities and making the change in your life, and understanding when you're a leader, because like I always been a leader. you know
Yes, yes,
i was
yes,
i was
yes,
never a follower, I always been the
yes.
boss.
And I
So
was a
my
leader too.
Yeah, I always been the boss. So my thing
Yeah,
is, making, things work. Even back then, I was always about everybody eating. It wasn't about just me. I made sure everybody ate. And even like this brother here could tell you, even when they was kids, I used to take all the little kids to the ice cream
yeah. There's a
truck, to the
truck pull up
pizza
on the
shop,
block,
all
piece
of
of
them.
shop,
I used to
Chinese store.
Yeah, I used to
Word.
throw dance parties and pay the kids. I had the real big box. They used to come from 137, 157, all the way to our block 144. You know,
Hmm.
and this is when rap just
Oh,
started.
July 4th. July
Mm,
4th, we get all the fireworks, put them on the
yeah,
block. We had our own display right on the block.
yeah,
Yep.
barbecue, everything. You know,
All
so
time.
like I said, we had a village, and is a beautiful thing because that shaped and molded us to who we are today. You know, we didn't, even though I went left for a minute, but I had to go, and go through what I had to go through to find God and to find my way in life, to be where I'm at today, to whereas I have a book on Amazon and I have a podcast.
Yeah,
And that's within a year of getting shot 9 times.
that's
you
crazy,
know
man.
so
That's that's
I didn't let that break me. I made that make me. you
yeah.
know and and a lot of people may not understand that, like, especially when you almost die, and God lets you live. And the beautiful thing, I didn't feel one bullet. And
Mm.
that was the beautiful thing. I never lost conscious, nothing. I didn't even know I was shot. But the beautiful thing about it is like, once you understand your place in life and know what you have to do, and see, like, my whole thing is like, even when I did wrong, my whole thing was helping people. And I've never been greedy, I've never been selfish, I always made sure everybody ate. And now I want to do the same thing, but legally, whereas we can come together and we can make businesses that everybody eats off. So now nobody ever goes broke. And we have things structured so nobody knows who's in charge of nothing, and it's structured the right way.
So
But
when
we
you try
can't.
to plug somebody down,
Yeah,
you're
it's
going
yeah,
after a ghost. You're
yeah,
going after a
yeah,
ghost.
and
No, I know what
this
you're talking about.
and then
There's a, they do, they started there was a group that's like
mhm,
13 people that started a susu for business,
yeah,
a susu for business. So everybody put
yeah,
in a certain amount, and the first person got a chance to start their business because they was closer to
yeah.
getting the
Then the
profits back
so
or
yeah.
whatever. Right? They did the susu thing where this person all of a sudden got 53,000 to start their business and so on and so forth. Like the seed money was there based off
Mhm,
of the susu, you know what I mean? And
mhm.
everybody doing this. So now you got 13 businesses that's up and running. You feel me?
And everybody's eating with everybody. And this way,
Everybody.
and
If I
this
need
way,
something, I'm coming to
yeah,
you. If you need
exactly.
something, you coming to
Yeah,
me. You
yeah.
know, we circulating the money right here. Now, I heard a lot of people talk that shit, and no lie, black people talk that shit. They come
No,
with they I went to college talk, and they got this conversation. But the truth be told, talking it and doing it, somehow they do the other side, the other people thing, where they
no,
got to peel off a little more than everybody else. We're
but
not
see,
really
that's
truly
no, but
breaking bread.
see, no, but see, this is the whole thing right here, though, baby boy. This is why we have to heal first, learn the lies from the truth, and understand that how can we be greedy with ourselves, because everything we doing is to help each other, and helping each other is going to build each other up. So
If
you
your
can't
focus is in the
if you,
right place.
no, but that's why you have to heal first. See,
Right.
this is the whole thing, the whole premise of this program, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is to make us be on the same wavelength mentally, knowing that we
Right.
have a purpose. We have to do this together. We can't do it separately. We
Yeah.
have to do it. We have to come together, but we have to heal first. And what I mean is heal. We have to change the whole way we think. We have to let go of all that shit from the past, because a lot of it is the things that we suffered from our past that we haven't let go. This is why you have to let your past go, because the past is only a measuring stick for the things you like in life now as an adult, and the
Mm-hmm.
things you don't like. And like I said earlier, you build boundaries so the people who love you respect your boundaries. The people who don't love you, they're not. And that's the people you don't deal with. And this is how life is, because everybody's not going to be in your life forever. So you must be able to put people in your life that's going to be a blessing some kind of way in your life. And like I said, once we start to heal, once we let go all these thing like me, for example, I always have to put it on me. I was rich. I left my family straight. And I got screwed. I got a brother who robbed me for over 200,000. You know what I'm saying? I got left for dead. I got different things by different people. Hundreds of thousands of dollars in the street. But I was able to forgive that. And then when you sitting in them jails and you thinking about that, it makes you bitter. I had to go through that part of life. And I wouldn't change that for nothing in the world because I was able to get through that, to go through that mental anguish alone in a cell.
Yeah,
That's a very hard thing. You can't do nothing. And if you
right.
know you was on the street, they wouldn't be doing that to you. So the whole thing is I had to learn in there. And over 10 years ago, I reinvented myself and changed my mindset. This is when God started revealing things to me in my life to whereas now, in order for you to be forgiven, you have to be able to forgive. I was able to
Mm,
forgive people because you know what? It already happened. Why am I keep holding on to something that's already passed? It's over with. And you may love them, but they don't love you because if they love you, they wouldn't do what they've done. So the
right.
whole thing is you have to let that go. And then after I was able to let that go, then I had to be able to forgive me
Mm,
because everything in life starts and ends right here with you, with me.
mm,
It's no longer pointing fingers, it's still four pointing back at you. You know what I'm saying? It's all pointed right at you, period. And the beautiful thing about it, when you accept that and you realize that, everything that happened in your life is your fault. Maybe you was peer pressure, fear, whatever.
under
Now,
pressure.
now you make the conscious decision that in life I'm not gonna let no one dictate any part of my life other than what I want them to.
There was many. I ain't gonna lie to you. There was many times that I mean, and I'm not talking like I'm a badass, and I'm certainly not glorifying it. You said that when I was a kid, but now you got me thinking. Type of shit that I went through in my life is crazy
Mm-hmm.
because I always held my ground, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when it's on, it's on.
Yeah.
That was something I learned too young. But when it's on, it's on. So that other mode is always a part of me. Everything
There's
you
no
see right,
question. No
or
question.
everything you see right now is an evolution,
And no question.
right? It's not. It's not. Oh, you changed. Nobody could ever tell you that. The
No,
first thing
no,
they're gonna
no,
say
no,
is
no, no. But listen, change is good when it's positive change. See, it's through adversity come change. You made positive change, so that
right,
is good. So they can say,
but
"Yo,
nah,
yeah,
nah.
you've
When they
changed for
say
the
you
better."
change, when they say you change, they're telling you, which I saw as evolution,
Yeah,
right? Because I only grew into the person that I was supposed to be and continue to grow because
that's
the cap of knowledge is never done. So
that's
I'm
right.
always trying to grab that, right? So I watched it. I seen in areas in my life where I needed to actually get a hold of it
Mm-hmm.
because it was escaping me. And that anger becomes your first line of defense.
Mm-hmm.
And I was working at the Gap, had an Indian lady. I watched the movements. She got rid of black people, like bang, 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 bang.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody getting fired because of her word. And she ain't really doing no work. She just challenging black people when
Yeah.
they come in the store. And I'm
Uh-huh.
saying to myself, as security, I'm like, this some bullshit. This lady gonna get somebody sued, right?
Uh-huh.
But then when I seen her go after the little white girl, I was like, hold on. She don't give a fuck. Like, she taking this bitch taking everybody out. Like she got the
uh-huh.
babysitter. This girl used to babysit celebrity kids and all that. She
Uh-huh.
came there, part time or whatever, and she got her fired. I like, oh, she's selling out the world. She want a better spot. It was true, but in my mental, I, I used to go home and talk to my girl and put all that on her.
Uh-huh.
Because whatever was happening with this chick, I couldn't figure it out.
Yeah.
Leave that right there. Stick a pin in that. Go. A couple of years later, I get a guy that wound up coming working underneath me, and he's about the grimiest of the grimy. He's
Yeah.
old school grimy, and he older, right?
Uh-huh.
Who was a politician that taught him how to move, right?
Uh-huh.
He's getting people licenses, getting people certificates, crossing out the name, whiting it out. You know, he got his scam game up. You feel me?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
While I'm getting me put out of my spot because everybody was acceptable. And the way
Uh-huh.
he moved, and everybody can get it. But when I got out my spot, shout out to niggas in Flushing Projects. They jumped the gate, went in there and beat him down, fractured his arm, broke his nose. Shout outs to y'all. But it was all good. But
It's a
this is
positive.
us trying to.
It's a positive platform.
But I still needed like an understanding because there
Yeah.
was times I ran into professional stoppages and didn't know how to fight those stoppages.
Yeah.
And that's what I recognized. And so I was good in life. But when it
Yeah.
came to the professional side, it came down to like, yo, I'm about to crack this. You understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah. And
Because
you have
when
to
you do
be able to
certain moves,
rethink. Yeah. Yeah.
job, no job, nigga, like it's on. So that
Yeah.
was my thought process. But I got good at this, right? I said, you trained for this. You went to DC for this. Like, you
Uh-huh.
can handle these people. They
Yeah.
really not that smart. Because the only reason why you having a problem is because they're breaking the rules. You
Yeah.
feel me?
Yeah.
And you're following the rules and they're violating. So use the rules to bust them up. And it was God saying, you're not ready for something else until you get past this right here.
That's right.
And it took years. I ain't gonna lie to you, it took years. And I got past it. But the way I got past it was the next successful is that I stood in and fought professionally,
Mm-hmm.
jotting down time, dates, situations, time, dates, situations. Now you can't denounce my record when he only talking from his mouth. I got a record of everything that took place from the time it started to the time it ended.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the move that came behind whatever I did. When I started doing that,
Mm-hmm.
oh, I became a dangerous man because now this man is saying, oh, he was like this, he did that, he said this and he said that. And I was like, look, at 10:53 p.m., this is what took place. Blah, 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 blah. We were
Oh
standing in
yeah.
such and such.
Oh
When
yeah.
you
When you got
drop
it
it like that,
documented. Oh yeah.
yo,
Yeah.
man, when you document, and this is the professional fight that I needed.
Yeah.
So I found a real good job after 9/11. I found a real good job.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
They had federal contracts, the money was right. I wanted PC. I even skipped past the regular the where everybody is going to get hired. I skipped past all that. I
Uh-huh.
went down to Empire State Building, sat with the not the executive vice president, but the vice president of operations. I got
Uh-huh.
more than I ever challenged. My brain was like, I ain't standing on no line like no cheese line. And I took my application and went home. Stayed out for the weekend, did the app, took it down on Monday morning down to the home base at Empire State Building. Got with the operations supervisor. He was the vice president of operations. Got with him. He gave me even a higher position than what I was looking for. Right?
Uh, uh,
Adversity. That same night, I get a call from the dude that's running the site. Told me, why did you tell me you used to work up here? I said, because he had enough room on the paper for that. He was like, I should fire you now. I was like, word? First day? He said, well, you didn't disclose that you used to work here. He was like, all right, don't. He was like, don't come here no more. He said, you know what? Go down to Pleasant East on the east side, right? I said, no problem. My dad lived 2 blocks away. I could fuck with this. Boom. I go over there. I walk in, some dude got his feet on the table. Nigga said, Monroe? I said, yeah. My man had the big gun on the side. He handed me the radio and he walked out. I didn't know what was going on. This is my second day in the company.
Uh-huh.
I'm looking at this shit like, wait, hold up. What's going on here? Like, the nigga just walked out. I got people sitting in the office and all that. I got to deal with all that. He don't know my pedigree. I don't know his. But that
Yeah.
man just walked out and left me with all these people, a new company, new paperwork. I don't know nothing. I'm losing my mind, right? But I keep it cool because adversity builds character. So here, we're going to handle it. Everybody came here to work. Y'all ain't got no guns. Where the guns at? The gun's already on post. All right, you go with him, you go with her, you go with him, you go with her. I worked it out. Boom. I wrote it on the paper so I know who's with whom and what's with what. They had uniforms. So you must have worked here, right? I broke it down. I don't have a diet, what they call that, a dias, where, uh,
Diets.
right. I don't have it where I know how many officers is unarmed and armed, right?
Uh-huh.
So what I have to do is work with. I give them a one and a, 1 and 2, 1 and 1. So
Yeah.
one officer armed, one officer unarmed. I
Yeah.
worked that out. Now I created a 24-hour schedule between 3 shifts for the entire place.
Uh.
I had things running where I took the paperwork that I saw and sign in here, sign in here, before they even had a clock. It's a federal contract. Things was running smooth as shit. 2 weeks, 3 weeks in, I get descended upon by damn near the whole company. Sergeants that just got turned into lieutenants and the captain. They walk in the office and they filled the office. That's how many people was there. And
Uh-huh.
they was like, yo, who running this? Who did this? Yo, Cap, look at this. Yo, Cap, look at this. They telling the captain, check this out. And how many people on post today? I got this, that, and this, that, and third. I never got the dice. So I couldn't tell them who was supposed to be where or how many unarmed or armed. They said, well, this place is all armed. Everybody's corrections, police, court officers, all of that. I said, "Oh well, I never knew that, but I knew I had some unarmed guards here to cover." So the man will stay downstairs with the gun. Everybody else go upstairs and check. Come back down. It's like you did this by yourself. I was like, "Yeah." They went in like a huddle, like a football game. I'm
Uh-huh.
watching these niggas like they're like, "You sure you did this by yourself? You don't know nobody that work here?" So nah, only thing I had was boxes back here that was closed. So I opened them up to try to find out how y'all do things. You check the reports. In 3 weeks, I stacked reports like this on every building.
Uh.
And this is on the east side, right?
Uh-huh.
We're talking about during the drug days. This is on the east side.
Yeah.
Did all of that. And they're like, all right, cool. So, all right, you the sergeant here. Here's your new lieutenant. Do what you do. That same lieutenant tried to screw me. And him trying to screw me, 1 week, he go to a training. The man tells me, write him in the paperwork. How can I write you in the paperwork? You're not here. He said, just sign me in. I sent the good friend home, told him, yo, you gotta go because that's gonna be too many people. He said, why you telling me to come in if you're gonna tell me I gotta go? Look, I'm following orders. When that nigga came back, they caught him out there. He wasn't at work. How can he sign in and he ain't even here?
So
He told me I gotta watch his ass better. I never heard that before. You can't be that fucking loose. Like I was stupid. I know it was theft of
yeah.
services. He
Yeah.
told me if I'm not here, you can still sign me in. It's not a big thing. Just don't tell nobody.
Yeah. When the
He
person tell you don't tell nobody, that
yeah.
right there tells you you got to
Yeah.
tell somebody.
Yeah, that's Jersey. no offense to Jersey, but that's a cop from. He was a cop in Union County,
Yeah, yeah.
so
So
he's
he did
trying
her.
to
He
claim me like I was stupid. Like,
yeah. No, he was trying to use you. Of course, he
yeah,
had a
he
higher rank.
really, and he knew I knew what I was doing because everybody was high on me. So when he got me, he
He was
felt like
jealous.
it was gonna
Yeah,
be all good, right?
yeah, yeah.
And
He
he gonna
jealous.
do what I say because I'm this and I'm that. But
Yeah.
he wasn't shit to me. You know why? Because you
Uh-huh.
ain't real. You don't show up to 12 o'clock. You're supposed to be here at 7.
My spirit is good, pimpin'. What's happening with you? Now, if my boy, he just came on. I know, but I want to ask you some questions, right?
hmm
Because this is about wisdom. I got some questions that I,
But
I want I want you to understand. What's your biggest current struggle? The one you think about daily.
my daughter, getting her
Oh,
to make the flip, right? All right.
mm-hmm.
So you come from a crazy situation and everything wasn't like the TV is projecting it should be.
Mm-hmm.
But I need you to understand there's too many pitfalls for you as a young girl that you're gonna fall in that you're running towards. So I need you to get right. That's one of my biggest issues right now. I save nieces, I save nephews, but my
Yeah.
own daughter,
Yeah.
because of
That's
the
the toughest.
structure, yeah, it's really tough because you're talking about my mentality and her mama mentality. Where we going? Where we
Yeah.
going? How we? You understand?
Yeah.
And she's a Gemini,
All right. All right.
so
They go to the next one. Here go to the next one because it's gonna tie into what you're gonna say. When does it show up most intensely? Time of day and situations.
that's pretty good. It usually shows when something is happening in their household, and now she don't want to hear shit. She gonna do her. Do you get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
My daughter is she got my wisdom in a lot of ways because she fall in the gaps. She catch you when you sleeping. She catch you when you're not thinking. She do it when you got time available for her to do it. It was something I had to think back to try to beat her at her own game. Is that be there for her? And when she was staying with me, I was there for her. I stopped
Uh-huh.
doing OT and all that just to be there for her. But her mom's is gonna stay at the job till 7 p.m. That's wrong. She got out at 2 something. And at the latest 6 something or 5 something, and you
Uh-huh.
still at the job, you should be at the crib waiting on her
Yeah.
because that's structured. But
Yeah.
you trying to find your life in the midst of raising her, and you done screwed up so much now. What did my daughter do? It's in those spaces that she
Uh-huh.
do her thing. She out smoking, you know, rocking with a nigga, all that. Like
But
if it,
now look, hold up. This is gonna tie into now what you saying now.
all right,
What's one current fear that really a ghost from your past? Like what your daughter's doing, like being like you, or you know what I'm saying, like that.
yeah, because I broke a lot of rules to get to where I broke a lot of rules, man.
Yeah.
Because the rules didn't fit me, right? If you have all these things in place
Yeah.
already, the rules are
Yeah,
made,
you're
right?
right, Pimpin.
And
Mm-hmm.
I don't have those rules in place.
Yeah.
You feel me? So my thing was in order for me to get what I need to get to, and I'm gonna do the right thing when I get there, but in order for me to get there, I'm gonna have to break some of these rules, man.
Mm-hmm.
And because those rules was constraining me. And it wasn't that I did anything illegal. Let's keep that clear.
Yeah, yeah,
I have to go unconventional, you
yeah.
know.
No, it's just you have to figure it a different way. Like they say,
Yeah,
it's more than one way of skinning a cat
get a
without choking
cat.
the shit
Yeah.
out of 'em and fucking up the fur.
So
You just
true.
gotta figure it out. Yeah, you just
Yeah.
gotta figure it out.
That was a
Like,
lot more. That was a lot more to that statement than I ever heard. Say that
yeah,
again.
says
It's more than one way to skin a
it's
cat.
more than one way to skin the cat without choking the shit out of him and fucking up the fur. All
I ain't never heard that one before, but yeah, that's where we at.
right,
So
now here. Now
my
look.
routes was different. I couldn't even peg my shit because when you look at other people's routes, it was like boom, 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 boom. My route wasn't there, and when I saw somebody else fail that was near me, I wasn't trying to go there. You
Hmm.
see what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
made that. I made that my wisdom struggle. Like keep myself out of that.
All
Whatever
right,
that
so
is
look,
right
look,
there,
look,
I'm
look.
not that person.
All right, so what's the decision you're avoiding making right now?
Going in there and fucking up the moms and taking my kid and doing the right thing by her.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
it's not dealing with. I'm gonna keep it a buck. It's not dealing with normality. There's nothing normal about this. The
Yeah.
words are normal, but the actions is abnormal. Her actions towards a lot of stuff is abnormal,
Uh-huh.
and then it becomes young. Now, wherever you need to be most mature, that's when it becomes the most young, and that's scary for somebody that you raising.
Yeah. Okay, so now check this out. So what's one lie you tell yourself daily to cope with what's going on with her?
I don't lie to myself. What's wrong with you? I don't do that.
Huh?
I don't lie to myself.
Okay.
I
All
look
right.
at the worst of the worst. I don't. My mind is going to go further with the thought process that she's not getting what she needs, and the struggle mentally that she's going through is superior because
Yeah.
at this point she has been dealing with it since birth, and now she's getting more savvy about how she gets more destructive with herself just to fuck over her mother. That part bothers me because my thing is she gonna end up in a situation that she doesn't control. Do you understand what I'm saying?
There's no question.
She gonna end up in a situation that she don't control. That because she's mad at her moms, she's just trying to do something to mess with the moms, but
Okay,
it's
so
gonna
what's
mess
the
her.
current habit that you think her future will regret that she's doing?
Saying I'm one place and being someplace else, and that's one of the biggest fears of a parent. That
Yeah.
your child is saying they one place, but they someplace else. You understand? Because they end
Hmm.
up, and next thing you know, it's the police coming to holler at you. They
Yeah.
don't understand those type of,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, they don't get it. Like my boy
They
was saying, he said the millennials and the Gen Zs don't understand that the boomers paved the way for them. You
type
know,
of paved the way how because
for the
we
no
also
no
gave them everything they wanted.
no, but we paved the way for them to be the way they are.
Yeah, in the worst possible.
I mean everybody ain't bad. So on the
Nah,
whole,
everybody, but at
yeah,
the same token, um, um, lineage it
yeah,
counts for something, right?
hmm,
So when you saw me, right, as a young kid, right, I didn't
hmm,
know this. I didn't know none of this until I got older.
yeah,
And I was living on 119th between Fifth and Lenox, right?
hmm,
That how bad my dad was, right? And my dad was
hmm,
still coming through, right? He was still
yeah,
coming through my block and all that.
yeah,
But I didn't know how bad my dad was. I saw my dad in action a couple of times. He cracked the nigga with the pool stick and all that from out his back, from out his trunk. And he took the pool stick and cracked the dude, and I jumped in the middle so he wouldn't hit him again because that next blow was gonna be his life, right? And it's just because he was the super, and he was spraying the stoop where the ladies were sitting, and my auntie was sitting there. He jumped out the car, had no clue. Yo, he just went in the back, grabbed the shit, crack. I was like, oh Lord, my daddy about to go to jail.
Okay, so check this out.
Go ahead.
What's a solution you've known for years but haven't acted on?
Man, shit. Taking full responsibility for that situation you're talking about, right?
Mm-hmm.
Taking full responsibility and going hard because you pay child support, all that other shit. If you can get your kid to recognize that your house ain't gonna be like mommy house
Yeah.
as a father, that my money go over there. That's why your shit look like a castle and my shit
Uh-huh.
look like a rascal. You understand? So you put it together the best way you can to say I'm still grinding for you though. You
Yeah.
feel me?
Mm-hmm.
And try to keep her from looking at you like the mother look at you like a bank account.
Yeah. No, but see, one thing you have to do is you have to always like one thing, I grew up with money. My mom's had money. One
Hmm.
thing she didn't do, she didn't give us everything. She made us work. I have to get up at 13, 14 years old and go 4 o'clock in the morning to the bar and clean it. You know what I'm saying? So she made us work, and everybody had to work.
I'm surprised we
And
didn't bump into each other because I was around the corner on Broadway at the donut shop with Herc, right?
yeah,
And I was in
Malacca.
the back with the donut man. I was in
Yeah.
the back with the donut man, learning how to make donuts with the
Mhm.
yeast and all that, and how it
Yeah.
staged tonight and preparing, and then getting the stuff out from sprinkles to jelly and all that. I learned all that in there with Herc.
Yeah.
Herc was trying to figure out how you so young and you out here in the streets
Yeah.
this
At
time
that,
of the
yeah.
morning.
Because you was a kid.
I took the
All right.
old donuts. I took the old donuts and I fed my family.
All right. Check this out. Rate your present peace 1 to 10. What's one thing you could do tomorrow to raise it by 1 point?
Ooh, damn, that's a tough question. I got. I look. I'm on a level of 7, so I don't give a fuck. Like I don't
Uh-huh.
let people fuck with my peace. Period. And
Yeah,
and
I'm the
there's a
same
few
way.
females. There's a few females that get on here and be like, "Nah, he wasn't trying to hear that shit."
Hmm.
But I'll say a cool 7. If I
So
could
what
rate,
what do you what do you think you can do tomorrow to make it go up 1 point? Your piece to go another 1 point.
nah, we in struggle times. This is the green before it turned yellow, before it turned red. So this is the struggle time. Like to get to 10 ain't easy. That's the
Yeah.
bullshit. Like
Yeah.
you you
Yeah,
gotta
yeah.
clock back twice. Like it can't happen in one
Uh,
shot. You gotta work towards it.
yeah.
Everything is a work in progress, right?
Yeah, yeah, I get
But
it.
truly make it a step forward, right? Because
Uh-huh.
you might get a couple of back steps and confuse that because you had motion that it was
Uh-huh.
progress. Do you get what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
So we need to be able to move forward and know that it's forward motion without it being sideways or backwards, thinking
Uh-huh.
because we moved, we went forward. You can't confuse it with progression. So
Ain't no
when I
question. Movement is not progression.
right.
Yeah.
So my thing is certainly that I need to if I had one move to make,
No,
it
no,
would
stay
be
right there. Stay right there. I'm gonna finish this. I keep doing what, even though I know it doesn't work because what?
I keep pandering to the mother, even though I know it don't work. I keep
Okay.
pandering to a
That,
mother.
that, ma- that,
So
make, that makes
it's
sense.
about my daughter, right? So I pander to the mother with hopes that you can get half of this. But her pride and her narcissism is not going to allow her to accept
Hmm.
nothing I got to say because you spent your whole lifetime, or at least our daughter whole lifetime, trying to exclude, obstruct, and keep her away. And now
Hmm.
that you see that I still got the power outside of that, there's a problem with that. I listen to these ladies talk, and I say, "Damn, is there a booklet on this shit?" Because how can you say something I thought was random about how she treat the child and try to fuck up the relationship between the father and the child.
Stop right there. How would a wise person handle your situation differently?
If I knew that, I'll be wise. Fuck out of here. Fuck you saying? That don't
No,
even
no,
make
he
sense.
said no, no, no. But all it is saying. I look, my boy laughing. No, what it is saying, looking at it in a different light. Say you're looking at it from the outside. How would you look at it, and how would you deal with it looking from the outside? See, right now it's emotional because
I'm
you
inside.
attach.
I'm inside.
Yeah, you know what I'm
So,
saying. So
so let
if
me explain this to you. Let me explain this to you. The craziest of crazy, right? Here's the
hmm
craziest of crazy. I can't begin to talk about how I see it from the outside because
hmm
I'm inside.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I can't begin to tell you how somebody who's not going through it is going to see what I'm going through, right? I can't tell you that because I
hmm
can't see it until I get through it.
Exactly, and that's why it's through adversity come change. It's not change, automatic. You have to
Right?
go through it to get to it.
Yes,
You
yes.
know, um,
I can't see beyond that. So whatever adversity I'm dealing with, look, I don't feel, and you gotta work with me on this. I don't
uh
feel none of this stuff in life on this
mhm.
earth is something I can't surpass,
It's no question.
right?
It,
So my mindset is 1,000 light years beyond all this, right?
mhm.
I'm looking forward to the next dimension, the next, the next pill, the next deal. I'm all the way there. You know why? Because when you've been lied to for so long and played for so long,
Uh
you like, man, fuck that. What's next? I'm 53. We
yeah,
supposed to live to 200 years old, but we only but we only making it to 60,
yeah.
right? There's certain people on this earth that live to kill you.
No question.
And we're not even
Okay.
talking racism. We're not even talking racism.
No, not
Because
at all.
racism is the smallest
Yeah,
of all of that.
classism is the real deal.
Talk about it.
So now look, check this out.
Holla at me.
What's one word for the energy you're carrying right now?
What's
This should get deep, man.
Ask the question again.
What's one word for the energy you're carrying right now? Like how you was so
No, I got you. I got you. I got
yeah.
you. It's stand the fuck up. Stand the fuck up. It's like you're gonna have to break some walls and hurt some hearts to get to where you need to be because that's what they're asking for. Their boundaries was beyond to
Now,
begin with.
no, but look now you went right to where I was going. Name a boundary you haven't set but need to.
Punch the mother in the fucking face.
No, this is a nice program. Stop that great. You have you can't do that.
I'm sorry. I'm not even that guy. No, what I'm saying is you gotta understand, and this is what I came to learn. Certain actions breed certain reactions,
No question.
right? So you can't spin the block and hit a nigga bow 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 and expect him to come back trying to have a conversation.
Yeah, but see, this is the thing with that, right?
Talk to me.
Once you know where a person is at, you know what I'm saying? You don't even you ignore them. It's like, you don't even matter, you know. And see, when you let people rent space in your head, it messes you up. It's just like
Heard that.
drinking poison. It's like drinking poison thinking they gonna die. They already showed you they don't care about you. So why would you worry about what they feel? It doesn't matter. That's what I said. Let's like check this out. It
Well,
says, what's
that to me and what you're saying is crazy. You know why?
why?
Because at the end of the day, I'm not doing what I want to do. I'm being moved and propelled by the other person. So
No,
I
but that's
can't
only
do
because
that.
you let it. No, that's only but see, like
Nah,
it's
that becomes my driving force that nobody can tell me. First of all, I already know that, right?
mm-hmm,
So when I step into that same situation I've been telling you about, if I
mm-hmm.
move into that situation, the problem is I've been knew how to clean it up.
Yeah,
You feel me? I knew
yeah,
how to clean it up. The question was, what was going to happen in the interim when I come to clean it up?
yeah, yeah.
So
Because
I knew to have restraints, right? Like whatever. And even now, when the shit goes down, it's so far in the game from me. If it's only 13 years. Baby girl been here 13 and a half years. I mean shit. Next month is her birthday. So she's
now check
almost
this out.
14.
Check this out. All right,
Hmm.
a present blessing you're ignoring because of your focus on the pain?
She
Want me to say it
graduated.
again?
She graduating. She going to high school.
There you go. You know,
Hmm.
and see that's the thing you have to put before the pain. You know, she's doing the right thing. But she's gonna be a kid. That's life. We were kids. You was a badass kid, just like me. You know what I mean? So you gotta understand. Hey, look, the fruit don't fall from the tree unless it's on a mountain. You know what
Look
I mean?
here, little nigga. I know.
Yeah,
I know. And I incorporate that when I make my decisions on how I'm gonna approach her. But how she's gonna feel about me approaching her about things she's not doing correctly,
all
she
right. So
doesn't even want to talk.
now check this out. I'm this That's gonna lead to this right here.
Hmm.
If your best friend had your problem, what would you tell them? So this is going to teach you how to handle your thing. If you're on the outside looking in, and it was your friend going through that, what would you tell them?
I can't tell them shit because I don't know. Because I can't get this right.
No,
I'm
but I'm saying
still
though, if you have to look at it.
I don't have listen, it's a thing called milestones, right?
Yeah.
So when you cross a milestone, you have a better understanding of what you went through to get here, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
My daughter is a constant evolution of me and her mother and her herself. Because now
Mm-hmm.
she has her own personality, she has her own growth spurts and her own conversations with her own friends, and she has her own period.
Yeah.
So at this point, you're talking to a young lady
Yeah.
and you have to deal with her as such.
Yeah.
Goofy or not, stupid or not, dumb or
Yeah.
not, smart or not. So my thing to you is for all the conversations you thought you was having. By the way, when she was 7 before she had her period, she was
Mm-hmm.
already beating her mother to the finish line. Because
Mm.
you thinking she's such a good girl and she's doing these things and bullshit. You get me? You
Yeah.
wasn't aware. And now, and because you kept her away from me as a weapon towards me, whenever I got her, I just dealt with her the way she came. She grew 2 inches. We have 2 inches conversation.
Yeah.
She got smarter on a certain subject. Let's have that conversation. I
Yeah.
took her from wherever she was.
To where
So
she
for
had
me,
you met her where she was at.
yeah. So
You
for
met her
me
exactly where
having,
she was at.
and the mother started telling me all the stuff I need to do. I was like, no, that's you. She was like, what you mean that's me? I don't have that problem. Because when I talked to her, she started letting me know all the shit she learned.
Mhm. So basically wisdom isn't knowing better, is doing better.
Oh man, certainly. Certainly. And and
Yeah.
and, and doing better, unfortunately, could mean doing worse.
Yeah. No, but sometimes you got to do worse for you to do better. And just like say in medicine, sometimes you got to get sicker before you can get healed. You
Yeah,
know, and that's
I
just how
got you.
life is. It's just how life is. But the whole thing is, we have to continue to try to strive to do better, to be better. And this is what this is all about. This is not about me or you. It's about us as a
Yeah,
whole. And
yeah.
see, that's how I always been. I've always been about us. And even though I always got the short end of the stick, I still wouldn't change nothing because I love who I am today. Like I tell
The
people,
truth is, if you at the head and you got the shorter end of the stick, then somebody needs to change your business model.
no, no, I mean like when I say I got the short end of the stick, you always got to take the shorts. Everybody, you know what I mean. You got to make
Yeah,
sure
yeah, yeah,
everybody
yeah.
else is all right.
It's never, yo,
But you winning off the break.
yeah.
You know what I mean.
It's something
You
I
winning off
learned a
the.
long time ago when I first did my first party. You can invest 5,000, right?
Hmm.
And your potential to make 20,000 is right on the cusp. But
Yeah,
that's usually if everybody bought a ticket
yeah,
and everybody filled every space, giving you an opportunity to reach that. And if they bought liquor and
you
you
made
own
even
the
more.
liquor,
Yeah.
you get an opportunity. But here's the thing, that was a shot in the dark.
Hmm.
You didn't put on the tickets, 2 drink minimum, $10 a piece. If you didn't put on the flyer, you can't get in unless you're doing the 2 drink. That's the first person you want to have when they walk in the door so they can buy their 2 drinks right
Yeah,
from the door and get that money. If you ain't doing it the proper way,
yeah.
you
You're
just
not
loose.
doing it.
You just a loose cannon, and you
Yeah,
end up with nothing. You catch $5 from everybody coming in, and you got 20, 30, 40 people. It doesn't make sense. You need to hit them and get them right. You understand?
yeah,
I learned that. Hold this. Hold on. That was for you.
yeah. That
Somebody.
was me. No, that's the
That was
Cesar
you.
ride.
Okay, you about to make moves?
No, that's the Cesar ride. Let me know. I got to.
Well, I got to bounce because my
All right,
time
my
is
brother.
up. It's ten
All
o
right.
three. I appreciate you, Rich. I
All right.
said I had to do your joint. I got a lot of shit, a lot of stuff to talk to you about, but I got to do it on a later date. Right now, I'm still at work, so I'll get up with you.
All right, my brother. You have a blessed one.
Yo,
Thank,
man, you
thank you,
did. You,
thank you for giving me a good interview tonight.
hey, my turn next. Stop that shit.
All right, no problem. Ain't no problem.
We can go to and fro, right?
That's it. That's how we grow
Check.
this thing. We do it. We go back and forth with each other.
That's right. Check me
You
out
know.
Friday and Saturday night, 8 to 10 p.m. right on Right and Ready Radio. That's right. The
Yes,
letter
sir.
N, Ready Radio at gmail.com or rightandreadyradio.com. See me there. I'm on live, old school, and having fun. All right.
There you have it.
There you have it.
All right.
Dave.
All right, my brother. Have a
I
blessed
thought,
one. Thank you for the interview.
yeah, certainly.
All right, peace. And that is a wrap. But that was a blessing. This is what this is about. You know, sharing the wisdoms with each other. So that we can make the changes, so we can grow and do the right thing in life. This is what it's all about. My thing is helping us to heal, helping us to do better, helping us to be better. And I didn't even know he was gonna come on tonight, so that was a blessing. And this is how God works. It's through adversity come change. And I was just thinking about I want to start doing interviews with different people. And man, that was good. I thank God for that. And like I said, if nobody told you all the day they love you, I'm telling you. Each and every one of you, and I'm praying for each and every one of y'all. Just know that, you know, get your mind right, get your spirit right, get your connection with God right, because only He can do it. Can He do it? Yes, He can. Y'all have a blessed one. Peace. Thank you, my brother. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. I'll holler at you tomorrow. I'm going to Juma. I'm going uptown tomorrow to Juma. I'll give you a holler. I have a blessed one, Pimpin'.